There are places on Earth so secret, so dangerous, or so mysterious that you are simply not allowed to enter them. Some of them are guarded by armed personnel, some are deadly on their own, and some hide things that governments don't want you to see. Today, we're going to show you 10 real places on Earth you are not allowed to enter. And trust me, the first one is on a completely different level. Number 10. North Sentinel Island. In the middle of the Indian Ocean lies an island that looks like a true paradise, but it is one of the most forbidden places on the planet. North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes in the world. They have rejected any contact with modern civilization for thousands of years. Anyone who tries to approach the island is met with arrows. The government of India has made it illegal to even come within several kilometers of the island, not only to protect outsiders, but also to protect the tribe itself from diseases that could completely wipe them out. No tourism, no expeditions, and no second chances. And this is only number 10. Number 9. Lascaux Cave, France. In 1940, 4 teenagers in France accidentally made one of the greatest discoveries of the 20th century. They found the entrance to Lascaux Cave. Inside, they discovered hundreds of ancient paintings, bulls, horses, deer, and mysterious symbols. These images are over 17,000 years old. These are not just drawings. This is a message from the Stone Age. After its discovery, the cave became a tourist sensation. Thousands of people came every day to see the ancient art, but soon, something unexpected happened. Carbon dioxide from human breath began to damage the walls. Humidity changed. Fungus started to grow. The ancient images that survived the Ice Age began to disappear because of modern humans. In 1963, the French authorities made a strict decision to completely close the cave to the public. Today, only a few specialists are allowed inside each year. Even their time inside is strictly limited. For tourists, an exact replica of the cave was created. Lascaux II. But the original? It remains closed. Because sometimes humanity has to choose, to see history or to preserve it. Number 8. Area 51, USA. In the middle of the Nevada desert lies one of the most mysterious places on Earth. Officially, it is just a U.S. military base, but for millions of people around the world, Area 51 is the center of all conspiracy theories. For many years, the U.S. government denied its existence. It wasn't on maps. No one talked about it. It was as if it didn't exist. But people still knew. Pilots reported seeing strange objects in the sky. Locals saw lights moving in ways no aircraft ever could. It is said that this is where the most secret technologies of the U.S. military are tested. Experimental aircraft, new weapons systems, and developments that are decades ahead of their time. But there is another version. Some believe that this is exactly where alien technology is being studied. UFO wreckage, strange metals, and possibly even alien bodies. There is no proof of this, but the rumors have not disappeared for decades. Getting there is almost impossible. The base is surrounded by miles of desert, cameras, motion sensors, armed patrols. Even approaching the boundary can result in arrest. You won't see it on a tour, you can't buy a ticket, and you will probably never know what really happens behind its gates. Because some secrets remain secrets. Number 7. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. On April 26, 1986, one of the worst man-made disasters in history occurred. At the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the 4th reactor exploded. A massive amount of radiation was released into the atmosphere, and within just a few hours, the surrounding world changed forever. The nearest city, Pripyat, was evacuated almost immediately. Nearly 50,000 people were ordered to gather their belongings and leave their homes. They were told it would only be for a few days, but they never returned. That is how the Chernobyl exclusion zone was created. A vast territory where life simply stopped. Empty apartments, abandoned schools, toys left behind in kindergartens. The most famous symbol of this place became the Ferris wheel in Pripyat. It was supposed to open just a few days after the disaster, but its first ride never happened. Today, nature is slowly reclaiming the city. Trees grow through buildings. Roads are covered with grass, and although radiation levels have decreased over time, many areas are still dangerous. You can only enter with official permission and strictly along designated routes. Because Chernobyl is not just an abandoned city, it is a place that reminds us how fragile the world can be when humanity loses control of its own technology. Number 6. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Deep in the Arctic ice, on the Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard, lies one of the strangest and most important places on Earth. From the outside, it looks like a simple concrete entrance in a mountain. But behind this door lies something many call the Vault of Humanity's Future. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, a massive underground safe that stores plant samples from all over the world. Wheat, rice, corn. Thousands of crops that our food supply depends on. Every country can send its seeds here in case of a catastrophe, a global war, climate change, or any other disaster that could destroy crops across the planet. The temperature inside is kept at around -18 degrees Celsius. Thick walls of concrete and steel protect the collection even from earthquakes and nuclear explosions. It is a kind of backup for life on Earth. Ordinary people cannot enter. Only scientists and representatives of countries that store their collections here have access. Because sometimes, the most valuable thing humanity can preserve is not gold or technology, but tiny seeds from which an entire world can grow again. Number 5. Snake Island, Ilha da Queimada Grande, Brazil. Off the coast of Brazil, there's a small island that looks completely ordinary on the map. Green hills, cliffs, tropical forest. But locals simply call it Snake Island. And it's not without reason. One of the most dangerous snakes on the planet lives here, the golden lancehead viper. Its venom is so strong it can destroy human tissue in just a few minutes. The scariest part? There are thousands of these snakes on the island. Some scientists believe there could be one snake for every square meter. People once tried to settle here, but very quickly they realized living near so many venomous snakes is simply impossible. Over time, the island became completely empty. Today, the Brazilian government strictly forbids visitors. Landing on the shore is allowed only for scientists, and only with special permission. Because on this island, humans have long stopped being the masters. Sometimes, nature reminds us that some places on this planet are better left to those who lived there long before us. Number 4. Bohemian Grove, USA. In Northern California, there's a huge private forest club. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary private campground among giant redwoods. But getting in, almost impossible. This place is called Bohemian Grove. Every summer, some of the most influential people in the world come here. Politicians, businessmen, bankers, heads of the largest corporations. Many U.S. presidents have visited long before they entered the White House. But the strangest part? It happens at night. According to eyewitnesses, deep in the forest, private ceremonies take place. In front of a huge stone owl statue, participants perform a ritual called the cremation of care. It's believed that this is their way to symbolically burn all the problems of the outside world. Phones? Forbidden. Photos? Forbidden. Journalists? Not allowed. Everything that happens inside the club stays inside the club. That's why, for decades, countless theories have surrounded Bohemian Grove. Some say it's just a place for the elite to relax, but others are convinced that behind these closed doors, decisions are made that could affect the entire world. And if the fourth place already sounds this strange, just imagine what awaits us in the top 3. Number 3. Poveglia Island, Italy. Not far from Venice, there's a small island that locals try to avoid. It's simply called the Island of Death. This is Poveglia Island. In the Middle Ages, people infected with the plague were brought here. Thousands of sick people were sent to the island and left to die. Historians believe that tens of thousands of people died here. But the island's history didn't end there. In the early 20th century, a psychiatric hospital opened on Poveglia. According to legends, the chief doctor conducted cruel experiments on the patients. It's said that, over time, he himself began to hear voices. And one day, he threw himself from the hospital tower. After that, the hospital was closed. The island became deserted. Today, visiting Poveglia is officially forbidden. Fishermen try not to approach the shore, and locals say that at night, strange sounds and screams can still be heard. Whether it's true or not, no one knows. But the fact remains. Some places on the map have earned their reputation in such a dark way that people simply prefer to stay away. Number 2. Room 39, North Korea. In North Korea, there's a place almost no one knows about. Officially, it doesn't exist on maps, but in closed circles it's called Room 39. It is said that enormous sums of money are concentrated here, directly belonging to the ruling family. Bank accounts, offshore companies, businesses around the world, all controlled from inside a single building. Some sources claim that Room 39 finances the state's secret operations. Smuggling, deals with rare resources, and possibly even the production of counterfeit goods, all to strengthen the regime's power. Getting in? Impossible. Even government employees don't know all the details. Access is strictly limited, phones are forbidden. Any information is kept under the strictest secrecy. Room 39 is a symbol of complete isolation and control, a place where money and power come together into one untouchable system. And when you think that the top 2 has almost touched a secret, the top 1 will be even more closed, even more mysterious, and possibly the most inaccessible place on Earth. Number 1. The Vatican Library and the Vatican. In the heart of the Vatican, there's a place that is an absolute secret for most people. It's not just a library, it's a repository of all human knowledge. Hundreds of thousands of books, ancient manuscripts, the rarest maps, alchemical treatises, and documents shrouded in legend. Some have never seen the light of day and have never left the walls of this library. Getting in? Nearly impossible. Ordinary tourists see only small exhibitions. Scholars and researchers need special permission, a strict justification, and approval from the curators. Even then, access is limited. Some archives remain out of reach for anyone. It is said that knowledge is stored here that could rewrite history. Forbidden texts, secret alchemical records, unpublished treatises, documents concerning religion and power. Some legends claim there are manuscripts forbidden by the Church, kept under strict guard. The Vatican is not just a city or a religious center. It's a world within a world, where every step is controlled, and every touch of knowledge is forbidden. They say the library walls hold secrets that no one should know. Every archive, every shelf, is a world of its own, full of mysteries. When you think you've seen it all in this top list, the Vatican remains the most closed, the most mysterious, and the most unfathomable place on Earth. A place where reality intertwines with legend, and the mystery remains eternal. And that's our top 10 most closed and mysterious places on the planet. From North Sentinel Island to the Vatican, each of them keeps its secrets and remains off-limits to ordinary people. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and click the bell so you don't miss new amazing top lists and stories from around the world. Stay with us, because even more incredible places are ahead, places you didn't even know existed.